YSK that you can read any blocked article with this simple trick. Why YSK? Some important information for you could be resting below that pop-up which, beforehand, demands you to pay to access that piece of information. You can read through any article on a subscription website by toggling and or enabling the reader view. This feature is available on the Firefox browser. I'm sure other browsers also have it. In case not, it can be enabled by some third-party app. What I've tested, it works on New York Times, The Hindu, The Economist and several other such websites. I usually disable JavaScript, reload the page and it works. Once I finish reading, I re-enable JavaScript. Better tip: set your browser to load reader view by default. This does not work with every website. And many that it does initially work on, it will only load a partial page. This has never worked for me. If you still find the article blocked in reader view, then hitting F5 will very often reload the entire article for you. I've found this works for most pages. What I do on desktop is to remove the HTML code for the dialog that asks you to subscribe. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, especially for regular people, but I got used to it. Does pretty much the same job as well. Or just use bypass paywalls. uBlock Origin, works on FF and Chrome. While this is true and I do support free access to quality press, I want to remind everyone that good journalism is worth paying for, especially in an age where it's ever easier to spread and publish dubious information as fact. Reader didn't work for me on a lot of sites. Works all the time. Thank you, bro. Thanks. An even better option is 1. Install uBlock Origin if you are a monster and don't already use it. 2. Visit site with paywall. 3. Select uBlock's element zapper from your extension toolbar. 4. Click the paywall pop-up gray overlay whatever until you can see only what you want to see. It's 3 very quick and easy clicks if you already have uBlock. No disabling JavaScript. Get to keep the rich media feel of pages. Simples. You may also just be in a metered test. They're not unaware of these exploits. Unfortunately, this trick doesn't work with Bloomberg articles. Wow, this trick is a game changer. Thanks for sharing. I'll definitely give it a try. In Chrome it's still a hidden setting. Just copy all quickly and paste into Word. I tried to use Reader View with a Chrome extension and apparently it didn't work. Sometimes I'd get like 1/4 of the article shown to me. Finally, a good YSK. ESPN Plus. Better tip: pay for quality journalism, whose survival is a necessity, so we don't devolve into an Orwellian hellscape any further than we already have. There's also a trick I've learned. It's clunky and requires perfect timing, but I can get it to work in most cases. Typically the website loads the article first, which makes sense, then the page loads the annoying pop-up for enabling cookies or asking for your location, ect. If you're on desktop not sure about mobile, as soon as you can click the stop button to stop loading the page, do it. If the pop-up loads, refresh the page and immediately press stop again. If your timing is precise, you should cut off the pop-up, but still have the reading material. Hope this helps someone. I've been doing it on Chrome for years. Or if I want to read about something and the article is paywalled, I Google the topic and read about it elsewhere. I've never felt I was missing anything by not reading a specific article. But maybe I am. Or maybe I don't care. As a former journalist, I understand that most publications make their money through advertising. But publications are nothing without subscribers. They can't get advertising without subscribers. I just think Reddit is funny. I see a lot of posts tearing Redditors down for stealing content, so I wonder why so many are okay with this kind of thing. Some of you may not like them, but journalists are professionals. Their work has value. I can get behind doing this from time to time, but on the regular, I just think it's a tad sad for writers. Or just use a browser extension, or just This is largely bullshit. So many paywall sites simply do not work with this, and you're better off trying, although that will not work with Bloomberg, New York Times, FT, Economist. I usually load it through a site like 12-foot ladder. It's super easy to just paste in the URL for people not super tech savvy. Or you could compensate people for their work. Can use a 12-foot ladder to climb over that paywall. Paywalls hate him. Yeah, don't pay those sleazy journalists or anything. Definitely steal people's work outputs and livelihood instead. Better tip: don't read those bullshit articles. I thought people on Reddit didn't read the articles? We make judgments based on headlines here. This is awesome, thank you op. Better tip: pay for the content instead of stealing it, so we can have things like newspapers that are independent. This is privacy, which I'm fine with, but a lot of people get their panties in a bunch over. Those sleazy journalists work for a publication. THST makes its money through advertising, not your puny subscription fees. Wake up and learn how the real world works. I open the link in an incognito tab and it usually removes the paywall. Or pay for it and have some morals. Must try. You can also Ctrl+C and paste the plain text in a doc. I use Firefox Focus when a site says that I read too many articles for the month. Also with the New York Times, if the paywall is locking you out, you can Google the headline you want to read and access it for free through Google. Some sites are starting to catch on to this and disabling it, for example, the Toronto Star. Thank you. Works for a lot of sites. Not the dreaded they hate this simple trick opening, no. Trying this, thanks for the tip. Also you can disable JavaScript and read anything for free. I use the NoScript plugin for Firefox. It blocks all Java from viewing. You can toggle it off and on easily if you need to. Sometimes you wanna run Java, 2 clicks to turn it on and off, and you can set permissions as you like. Quora? Reader View is also great for websites with a million adverts on them. It turns the page into an easy-to-read article. Also works on Brave browser. Wow, this trick is a game changer, thanks for sharing, I'll definitely give it a try.